There we go. Sorry. Forgive me. I am retarded. Oh man, my freaking shoulder's killing me. Man, Murph is really tough whenever you kind of take some days off. I'm here. Relax. Cracking open the cold one. Okay. Let's go. Let's talk stocks. So we're looking at NMDM. We'll look at a whole bunch. I don't know how many videos going forward. I kind of mentioned in the Discord so you guys know. I don't know how many videos is a good amount to post a day either. That's another big thing. I don't know if it's like, should I dump them out? Should I do one at night? Should I do one in the morning, one at night? How should I do it? That's kind of the question that I have. I think I have a rotator cuff from my motocross. My lifting has def suffered. I don't know. I don't know. My shoulders. I think I just aggravated it. I do a lot of bodyweight stuff. I do heavy lifting too, but maybe like once a month. Morning. Ugh. I'll post the link. I just want to get. I don't want to answer the same questions over and over, so I want to kind of all talk at the same time. Let me post. I don't know if people like get mad when I post these notifications. I don't really care. Like, but I mean, I do like a lot of free crap, you know. I'm liking this channel so far though. In the chat, this is the free chat, the low cap one. Just to get ideas for making videos. That was funny, JD. But yeah. So yeah, how's the market looking heading next week? I think we're actually looking juicy. I think we're looking juicy. I think the market does look good. So if we're looking at the market going into next week, by the way, guys, if you're jumping in, and there's only 27 people in the chat, but I appreciate hitting the like button. It does help out to get more people in here, and helps me keep the free content coming as much as possible. The Nasdaq ended really strong. Kind of surprising how I mean, this is what I was looking for. Kind of going into the last 2 days, we never got that big push, but we ended up getting it near the end of the day. So that was crazy. I think the markets are looking good. The cargo ship, we're wanting that to get unstuck as soon as possible. We're curious how that's going to work. But, yeah, I mean, that's what we're looking at right now. Those are the two that I got to Adam. They suck. What are you talking about? G&W. I got a free stock on Webull 18 G&W. So I'm not going to go over free stocks you get on Webull or anything like that. I mean, I don't know if that's what you're asking, but... the goal is to find some gems with, you know, huge potential. Are we concerned about the Nasdaq retracing because it was such a crazy run up at the end of the day? Monday, Tuesday, I suspect upside. Wednesday is typically when we start turning near the end of the week. That's just kind of the trend that we've seen. We did see some crazy runs up on yields to end the week as well. So that's worth noting that we should mention. DXY was retracing but kind of flagging, so I want to mention that we touched that support level. So it's interesting to see. My girlfriend thinks you're hot. Tell your girlfriend I said thank you, but she has a good man in front of her, Gregory Patrick Smith. So why is AMC going to immune? Let's talk about what AMC is going to immune. So if you watched the video last night, I think I'm gonna try to do the videos more like I did last night. Not with an exact price target, but where I see us moving and how the range moved that day. I'm breaking it down as much as possible. What I like about the chart, what I don't like. That's what I want to give my opinion on going forward when it comes to AMC. Completely unbiased, completely saying, you know, just going over the current trend in the short-term time frame and doing those quick updates. That's what I want to do when it comes to AMC going forward. I'm not going to... I don't even know if I'm going to talk about positions anymore. I might talk about my positions in it. I'll specifically keep those to the lives, and into the Discord, but I don't really want to even talk about targets anymore in the videos, or say I never tell anyone to buy or sell. Like, that's one thing. And in the videos I'm saying that I'm holding my position, so I just don't want any confusion when it comes to that. But how is AMC looking, right? We got that touch of the monthly level. That was kind of the last line of support, and you really wanted to see that hold, right? That's major. So that was really big. That we came down to 880, we touched, we came back up. Strong move back to the upside, strong bounce. Now, I mentioned I did not really want to see too crazy of a movement. So we got a pretty strong, crazy movement, right? You know, we have to mention that it was a little bit of a crazy movement that we got. And then we got a rejection, not to no one's surprise, right? We got that rejection. Now, the most bullish case scenario to end the week would have been trending in this range here. That would have been the best case scenario right there. But we did not. It's okay. It didn't happen, but it's okay. What happened is we got that, you know, the double top somewhat. So you could call this a wyckoff, whatever you want to call this pattern, right? And we got to push back down to the downside. And now sitting underneath VWAP. Now, what I want to see to start the week, do I want to see a crazy move back 11.4? Do I want to see a strong move back up? Do I want to see some down pressing? Do I want to see sideways consolidation? Now, you're going to hear me always say, I want to see the consolidation. I think the consolidation is the wave. I think it's the way to go. I think it's the strongest pattern. And if we start moving sideways, that's very good. I think that moving sideways, getting slowly back above the VWAP is going to be the most beneficial thing for this stock. Now, I doubt we move exactly like this. I highly, highly doubt it. But that'd be the best thing to see overall when it comes to AMC. That's what I would want to see. Your targets are fairly on point. Why remove? I guess I don't care since I'm in Discord anyways. Yeah, they are pretty on point. So, and I don't like to, like, you know, build my ego up. I don't really need to build my ego up when it comes to charting and stuff, because I kind of prove myself to myself every day. So that's not really the point. But yeah, I don't really, some people don't, they get upset, or I don't know, they just get upset. And I'm not trying to bring, you know, any like type of like negative energy or anything. I mean, I will call people out when they're wrong, but I don't know. I just don't want a whole bunch of negative like energy on the channel. But maybe I will. Maybe I'll put the resistances and supports and where I can see us going. But overall, like long-term targets, like, I mean, I was calling out 14.5 for some time. You know what I mean? Like, for this whole range, I was like, 14.5 is the big resistance. 14.5, 14.5. And it's funny, we hit 14.5 and, you know, a lot of hate. Snowflakes, let them unsubscribe. You're too dang, Tyler, looking a little low-key swole. You know. For the boys, for the girls, it's for the mob. What is your favorite thing to do what is your favorite thing to look for when you're scalping? Okay, so this is good. Okay, so the first thing I'm doing when I come to the market and I'm like, what I want to look for, right? I don't want to look for something bearish. I want to look for something on the upside, the downside, bullish, whatever, right? So I'm going to come into the market. I'm going to look at the SPY. I'm going to look at the Nasdaq, right? This is what I'm going to spend my time looking at. So I'm going to say, do I think the market's looking like it's going to have an upside, or do I think it's going to have downside, or sideways consolidate? What do I think is going to happen with the market? That's the number one thing that I'm looking for there. And then what I do is, so on TradingView, I have a list of a whole bunch of stocks that I trade. Now, when it comes to day trading, I'm looking at bigger caps. I don't want to trade penny stocks when it comes to day trading. You can't really trade options on them anyways. So yeah, that's what I'm looking for there. So when it goes to there, what I'll do, you've probably seen me do this. I will start at the top of the list, and then I will just scroll down, and I will look for patterns. And I can just quickly look at charts for some local bottoms. This is a decent little bottom, but this is one stock that I do hate, ACB. Not a huge fan. But there is clear uptrend. You can see the uptrend forming on the OBV, forming on the chart, getting above view up, looks okay. I'll take a mental note of whatever stocks I'm looking at, and you know, I'll just keep going down the list. This is something that I wouldn't really consider. Maybe back on the downside, if we start pushing back down, like back down to this level, I would look for a retest buy. That could be beneficial. Make a mental note, come back. Or I might just, I'll come today, I'll unread everything. So I have a red list. So I'll unred list everything, and then I'll come back, and then I'll say put this on the red list, right? And then I'll have a list of them on my red list, and I'll go back through those later, right? So, just excuse me. What's up, Tyler? Thanks for the stream. Hey, no problem. What's goody, Tyler? I'm the best there is. I'm pretty much piss excellence. Amazon. So I'll just keep scrolling down. I'll keep going. I'm gonna find you something that I really like, though. Let's see. Good example. Okay, so BKNG. I don't even know what this is. I have no idea. So it's just on the list. So I would look for a rejection here, a rejection here. That's what I would look for. Most likely a rejection at this level though, for that monthly. The monthly is where you really want. This is a pretty high cap, so I don't know if I would trade something worth that much. I don't even know what's on my list. But I'll look for something that's getting a rejection. So it's getting a pretty strong move up, right? So we're probably gonna get a rejection here, or at least get a rejection at this level, and I would write it back down maybe to the weekly or a little bit below. So this would be something that I would really like because it's coming up to this. Oh my god, my throat itching really bad. What's up, you Chad? What's up, you Karen? So that's what I would look for. And I plan on, once we hit 200 members in the Discord, I'm going to start paying for TradingView Premium, and I will share all of my, I mean, the OBV and the VWAP you can get instantly already. Those are easy. But I'll share the script, the open script, which is pretty easy to get by yourself. But it's been discontinued, so I had to copy and paste it. So I'm not going to pay for that until we have 200. Once you get 200, I'll implement that, and I'll also implement the texting as well for the members. So hopefully, I mean, that'll be worth it as well. So yeah, I'll just literally just, it's a time-consuming process, and I'll just go down. I'll just literally go down the whole list. Dash, I would have puts right here. So right here, this is a great example. Going into the Thursday, we had to push all the way up. I would have had puts there, or aimed to have puts at that level of 135, and wrote it down to the next daily open. That would have been easy little 1-2 play, quick. That's a day trading opportunity. Peloton, I'll show you what I saw in Peloton and why I liked it so much. Peloton looks extremely bullish, very, very bullish, right? So you have somewhat of a bear flag, but what it's getting and what usually indicates we're going to break out of these bear flags, right? We'll talk about this. And I'm writing this up to the weekly level. I think it has room to go further. We'll see how we open up on Monday. But I think it could legitimately make a run to 115, maybe even higher. We'll talk about that in a sec. But what happened here is we had a bear flag, right? But now we're getting consolidation out of the bear flag, right? We're not seeing an instant push up. I don't really love seeing those instant pushes up. I would rather see that consolidation out of it because it's usually indicative of a next level big move. So we're trending sideways, holding that support as well, 103.775, right? So I think we're gonna get a push up to that weekly, maybe get a push up higher. We'll see. Tech does look very, very strong. OBV was trending down as well, and now consolidating on the sideways. I think we're gonna get a break going back up to those highs. So that's two things I'm looking at there. It's just a combination of everything, right? Because I think tech is strong, so it's just I'm combining everything I think of the market. So I don't mean to confuse anyone, but I hope it makes sense. Hope that makes sense. Namaste, bro. Namaste. Naked going to bounce. I don't think Naked's gonna bounce. You think Snap could break to 52 next week if the market looks good? Do you seriously think AMC will reach 100? My rubber chicken Phil says no 100 on AMC, but he's an alcoholic, so grain of salt. Let me answer some of these questions. What's the first one? Snap. Let's go to Snap. That's a good question. So Snap is a good one. I think, wait, did you say 52? Oh, break out of 52. I do. So one thing I like about this, right, which shows me that I think we're just getting a drop, right? So we have all this bearish movement, this downtrending, right? But look at how we trending on the OBV. The OBV is staying relatively high. Then we have this inevitable, like this downtrend, and now we're bottoming out in this range. I do like that. I like a push back to the upside. Now the question is, can we get out of this range here? This obvious resistance that we're getting now. If tech opens up strong, I think Snapchat could really run for 54 really quick in a hurry, maybe a little bit higher, but this 54 level is going to be a pretty big resistance, so I'd watch out there. Neo's killing me on my call. Yeah, I don't have any calls on Neo. I got out of this a while back. I had to take the loss. But CCIV about to rip. I do love CCIV. I like them. My goal is to get them underneath 20. If I can get them underneath 20, I'm being greedy, I think. But underneath 20 is an absolute steal, and that's what I want. And guys, also too, I appreciate if you hit the like button. It really does help out the channel. I try to make as much free content, educational content, or try to read the chats for free. I don't like to just make you do super chats, but I do appreciate it if you do hit the like button. And I also try to not hit the commercial button as much as possible. I try not to do ads. Fubo. I do like the company. I think they're a high risk company. There's a difference. I like the potential behind them. Their financials are trash. They're pretty much not going to be a successful company until look at that. Look at that. That's funny. This is the buy range that I've had, and I literally have had this since January. This zone, right? Because we had to push down in the original. I had two zones, 24 to 23, and then the second one was right here, this 19.8. And I left it there because I saw us coming down to this range eventually. I want to see how we open. There's a possibility we don't get that range touch, though. There's a big possibility we never touch it. I like them. I believe it's a medium risk, high reward opportunity. If you want to get 3-month calls, maybe something like that, going into maybe even 2-month, like going into the end of May. I think those look pretty nice. Maybe even beginning of May, because this has potential to run back to $30 very quick. Now, holding above 30, that's a different question. They're doing that thing with Caesars. They have the sports books. I think Vitery deal goes through very soon as well. Pizza bulk for life be life. What are the odds that AMC sinks below $10 again? It's highly possible. It's highly possible. You know. I take it you didn't like my $100 call. Oh no, sorry, Green Thumb. I did not mean. I'm not ignoring you. I swear. I'm trying to answer everything. So AMC could it hit $100? In theory, yes. So I'm trying to not only focus on AMC. I answered AMC questions at the beginning, but I'll keep coming back to. I know people have questions about AMC. I get it, 100%. People have a lot of money tied up here. Okay, so can AMC hit $100? In theory, yes. I'm totally on the rhetoric and the idea that AMC could hit $100. Now, why do I believe that? Do I believe it's a short squeeze? Not anymore. I don't believe the short squeeze is the thing that's going to push it, right? I don't believe that's the logic here. I don't believe that. I believe that it is a highly manipulated stock. And I believe that the fundamental viewpoint of how much manipulation is coming behind the stock and how much it's showing me that, one, hedge funds are afraid. The big money is they have to manipulate it because they have a fear that this thing could actually run, right? There is a sense of fear behind big money here. Looking at how we're retracing, I haven't made a video and really gone over this because I don't I don't want to use a whole bunch of random indicators. You know what I mean? I try to keep it very simple for people, and I try to keep it very similar so people understand where I'm coming from. Because I use the same charting patterns for literally everything. I try not to change too much of anything. So, but it is worth noting, from this local bottom all the way to the top, where did we retrace to? We retraced almost perfectly to the 0.618 range. Okay? And it's funny, it's really funny that 0.618 range also falls on the monthly open. And you guys know how I feel about monthly opens. So we've came back to that specific area. So the odds that this is a retrace from a Brainiac LOL 100. What do you mean? Tyler, it's free. Okay, wait 1 second. Let me finish my train of thought. I'll get lost. So, the odds that, you know, that's very crazy odds that happened. Wow. Very, very wild. Now, we're seeing wild movement now. This is flagging. This could keep running. I think it does. I think this, but what I want to see personally, what will confirm a good movement, is a push back up and then consolidation at this range, 11.5. That's what I want to see. Potentially for a week. Now, AMC doesn't look like it wants to consolidate. It looks like it wants to just get crazy movement. And then we have Jordan Belfort talking on trades. So who knows how that affects the market? And people are like, what do you mean, Tyler? Do you think that really affects it? I do. I think that we're hitting that phase. Social media is having a very big impact on these stocks as well now. So could this hit 100? Theoretically, yes, it could. Because I believe there's a lot of short positions on this. Do I believe it's, the short interest rate and stuff is affecting it to where it can have a squeeze potential yet? I don't believe right now. That's not. But I think it's inevitably leading up to a massive move. That's what I believe here, personally. So, let me see. Hey, Brainiac S. What do you mean? LOL 100, so did the CEO. Schwab just invested in AMC, so did AC, the CEO of AMC, I'm assuming. Then the CEO buying is old now. It is kind of old now. Big money gonna make us I don't know. I didn't see Schwab buying in. Trey had 20K in the live last Friday. That number. Chances are most of those people already just have the stock. You know what I mean? But I'm never gonna tell people to buy AMC or to do anything like that. You know what I mean? I think that you need to understand that it's a high risk. You know what I mean? It's very high risk. Anything can happen here. At any point in time, anything could happen. So I only recommend, if you're putting money into AMC, people always say, only invest what you're willing to lose. I seriously think people need to wrap their heads around that when it comes to AMC, because we've seen how big it can drop, how nasty these retraces can be, and that wasn't that bad compared to some of these. You know what I mean? These were a lot worse when they were gapping down, so that was brutal. But I think people need to wrap their heads around the risk that is implied here, because there's a lot of risk here, and I feel like no one's really talking about that risk. So that's really important. That's why I try to talk about other stocks and try to really show you that there's really good value stocks that have potential to run. And you can say that all you want, the AMC's $20 stock, without the squeeze action, you lost your mind if you think that. So, calls for DraftKings is going to be money this coming week. DKNG, let's look. They're pretty beat up. I'm a big pin fan when it comes. I think they're just a safer company. They see less volatile moves down. Now, they've had a big move down ever since their Nasdaq listing. Or their SPY listing. I'm curious about YouTube and YouTubers getting to making $100,000 a year in revenue. What are your thoughts being a successful YouTuber video and becoming a YouTuber? I'm not making that much money at all. I think I'll make like $3,000 this month. But that's like pre-taxes and stuff. Maybe 3.5. It just depends. It's a process though. If you're coming into it, and I totally believe, if you're coming into YouTube and you're like, okay, I need to make money ASAP, you're not gonna do it. If you look at what Trey did and all the work he put in, I think he's a great example of what hard work leads to. He put in tons of work, dropping countless videos a day. So that's one thing to set up. And then we all kind of got lucky with AMC. It blew my, I'll admit, I got lucky with AMC. It blew my channel up. It blew Trey's up as well. So that thing's worth noting. Now, after, AMC goes away, I'm curious to see, like someone asked, like what people talk about. Like Trey makes other content. He's been making it. He was making tons of content before. So that's worth mentioning. Now, where do these other people gravitate towards? That's the real question. Also, guys, if you're here, I appreciate it if you hit the like button. I don't advertise anything. I try not to hit the ad button that much, but hitting the like button really does help out the channel a lot. So yeah. So I'm curious. Do I want to make a video on being a YouTuber and how like the process worked? I could make one. I don't mind. But I think people aren't gonna like the content. They're not gonna. Hearing the reality of what it took for me to get to where I am, you're not gonna like to hear it because it's not easy. Maybe you will, I don't know. But I pretty much, from the month of December to the end of January, if you want to know exactly what happened, and I'm very transparent with my portfolio. I'm very transparent with how much money I have, and I'm not rich. I'm in college. I have student debt. I have a son. Beginning of 2020, I pretty much liquidated my entire account, not because of a loss, but because I had to pay for lawyer fees because I wasn't able to see my son before. In the early 2020, I decided to split up with my ex, and she didn't like that very much, so she thought it was fair that I see my son 4 times a month. Saturday, and then part of Sunday, and then I take him home on Sunday night. That's what she thought, and I see him every other weekend. And then she got control on holidays. That's what she thought was going to be fair. And I said, no, that's not fair. And so I had to take it to court, and I don't believe in that. Like this whole men have rights, and she thought that men didn't have rights. And I'm a good person. Logistically speaking, on paper, I have nothing against me. So it was a fight. I had to spend a lot of money on that. It's unfortunate, and I didn't feel like my parents should have to help me with that. That's my responsibility. That's my child I brought into the world. So that was my mentality going into that. And so I liquidated my account. I was in school. I was working part-time. I wasn't making tons of money. But luckily, I've been just spending so much time in this stuff, so I just had learned it over the past 5 years. It's all I did, I didn't have hobbies. I didn't go drinking or anything like that. I mean, I pretty much played video games sometimes, and I'd look at charts all day and all night long. So that was my life, right? And so I kind of went through the stage of depression and stuff. I continued working part-time while I was in school. Didn't have tons of money, but was still investing back to build a portfolio back. And then, so December came, and I just was unhappy with my job. I was unhappy, and I was still in school. I had a year, like I had 6 months left from December, 6-7 months, and then the time was, what I want to do when I graduate. And so it was either looking like when I graduate, I knew I wanted to get into the financial field. So chances are I was going to apply. I mean, I might not have gotten it, but Goldman Sachs is a really difficult summer internship in the summer here in Houston. It's unpaid. It's one of the unpaid ones. It might be $10 now. I don't know. But typically internships now, they pay you about $20 an hour. But this is an unpaid internship, but it looks amazing on your resume. And I was like, it's Goldman Sachs. I would love to learn. Like, I would love to do that. It'd be awesome, right? So I was going to plan on doing that. And I was like, but before I do that, what I'm going to do, because I was doing YouTube, I had my TikTok. And TikTok is where I really started, because my brother was like, dude, Tyler, you have the personality for it. You're honest, you love stocks, you're a different viewpoint, I think it'd be cool. So I started doing it, and I got to 25K people on TikTok, and I was like, oh, wow, it works. And I was like, let's try to transition over into YouTube. Let's see what happens. And it was slow. I got it was okay. It was decent growth, right? From December, from end of November to January 1st, I got to 1,000 subs, almost 2,000. It was good. It was good growth. And then I was like, look, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a month off from work. I'm going to go all in. That's all I'm going to do. For a whole month, I'm going to see what happens. I'm going to see what happens. Who cares? We'll see what happens. And I maxed out my credit cards. I lived off whatever I had on my 2 credit cards. And my channel ended up growing near the end of January. Early February. I started making good money, decent money, and I was like, okay, I could do this, But it took a big risk. It took me making 3 videos a day. It took me engaging with every single sub. It took me working it's a job, you know what I mean? It's not like you make videos, and if you don't do your DD on your video and stuff, you're gonna get exposed. I had people that try to expose me and say I have paper hands and all this stuff. But obviously, I think the work ethic and the quality of stuff that I produce speaks for itself. So it's okay when it comes to that end. So there's a lot of stuff that goes into it. Some people do shoot from the hip, and you're gonna get hit when it comes from that. You know what I mean? If you're just winging it all the time, you don't do your DD and stuff like that, you're gonna get hit. You're gonna get slapped. So that's just where I'm at right now, and it took a lot of work, but it is what it is. That's where it is. I don't watch Meet Kevin. I'm sorry. But let me answer questions now. What are some good long-term cannabis stocks? High Tide's the only one I talk about a lot. I got in at 38 cents. Check the video. So Green Thumb, do I think AMC's keeping trade afloat? No, I don't. And I hate that we have to always talk about other YouTubers on the channel. I'm not here to judge anyone, but I think people take advantage because they know I'm going to give my honest opinion. I don't think so. I don't think so. If that's really there's tons of other people you could talk about with that, but Trey's not one of them because, right now, yeah, he's talking solely about AMC. I think he went all in on AMC, but he talks about other stocks all the time. You know what I mean? He makes money from those stocks. He you know what I mean? He's one of the. I understand where you're coming from because that's a lot of his content right now. Will it probably slow down when AMC like dies? Probably. It will slow down 100%. It'll slow down for everyone, but he'll do fine because he makes so much content on other stocks. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't think that's a problem. I don't care about OGI Organogram. Am I doing the Goldman thing? I'm probably not. I'm not going to. So another thing that really enabled me in like with YouTube that I do like a lot. So I give my son a lot now. Like, you know what I mean? I have a great like relationship and I get a lot of time with him. And he has 3. And I think it's like super like my parents worked a lot when I was younger. Like I'm super thankful for like my parents and like how it was and stuff, like, and like me and my parents have a great relationship. Not saying that at all. But like I saw how much they had to work, you know what I mean? And they didn't have, you know, if I have the opportunity to work when I don't have him, and then like to like stack up content and stuff and to provide that, or work at night when he's sleeping or something, like with YouTube, it gives me the ability to spend as much time as I want with him. So like, you know, it's kind of like a joke, and like, and I'm not bad talking like the mother of my child or anything like that, but like on spring break, you know, like it's unfortunate that I couldn't get him this year. Like, right, it's her year. I respect it. But she just drops him off with her parents and stuff. But like, I'm lucky to the fact whenever I have him, I get to spend full time with him. You know what I mean? Like, I get to hang out with him all day long. You know what I mean? So that's something really cool. And it'll be better like when he starts school and stuff. Like, he'll be able to go to school and I'll be able to work during the day, and then I'll really be able to like to not do anything when I have him. You know what I mean? So like we can just like, and like me and my dad like have a great relationship. Like, you know what I mean? Like, especially because like the age gap right now. Like, I mean, I was pretty young when I had my son, so like it's not going to be super old or anything. But that part's really cool. That part's really cool. Aren't your parents rich? No, my parents are not rich. My parents are not rich. Oh, I appreciate this. I appreciate it, man. Much love. Heard Trey got banned from Reddit. I didn't hear anything about. I don't know anything about that. I think he posted a thing on Twitter. We'll look. He posted a picture. I hate talking to other people. I feel like it's like a news channel sometimes, but oh my god, I'm gonna get demonetized from this crap. Trey. So you can go look. Post a link. There's the link to that. If you don't want to look at it. I don't watch Meet Kevin. I don't really watch YouTube videos of other people, to be honest. Unless there's like a lot of backlash, or like people are asking if you think it's real, or you know. That is cool that he's doing an interview with the Wolf, but like, I understand the ethical problem with people that people have with it. I understand. But yeah, let's talk about some stocks, some stuff I'm looking at. So I'm looking a lot right now into Humble, whatever you want to call it. I'm looking into these boys. Interesting play. Oh man, interesting stuff. I'm liking what I'm seeing here. The one part that I'm a little bit confused on is their relation with DGB, the crypto. Digibyte. This is kind of what I'm confused on, and I don't really get. So I think it's cool that they're integrating crypto, but I think it's a dangerous area to get on. But Digibyte is actually one of the like more legitimate cryptos that there is. I hate reading Reddit for you guys. I dislike it. He just posted a YouTube video. What a guy. What a guy. It's hard to find a lot of DD on these guys also. Very difficult. I hate using Seeking Alpha as well. I understand the use case. Seeking Alpha is so trash. Tyler, you never watch like stock videos? Are you just teaching yourself? I learned a lot from. So I don't. I'm not saying you can't learn stuff from YouTube. I mean, you're on my channel, right? So it'd be like bad to say that. So I'm not saying you can't learn stuff from YouTube. But that's not where I learned a majority of my stuff. You know what I mean? Like, because it's hard to find people that are reputable. It's hard to find people that, and it's hard to know if they're reputable. You know what I mean? That's why I try to do as much live streams as possible, so you can try to get a grasp of my authenticity. Yeah. Sorry, mispronounced that word bad. So that's the thing there. So I hope you like can get a feel for that, right? But I mean, luckily I had a really good college experience, or have had up until this point, right? That's something really good. I've had a very good college experience with my professors and having people that have, I put in the work and then they give back into like my knowledge and my life, right? That's one thing that people don't really talk about with college. Like, they're like, college is a waste of time. Like, it's a waste of time if you go into college with no like ethic and like work ethic and mentality to get something out of it. It's definitely what you put in. Like, and there's so many people and professors, if you go like to a university, that you can like meet, and the experiences and people, like, it's all about the connections that you meet in university, from my opinion. Like, and the stuff that I learned from like a fundamental viewpoint. In majority of these finance professors, like, they all have their own blogs too. So they like love finance and they love like investing and stuff. So they're so willing to like teach you what they know. You know what I mean? And like, so that's like the biggest perk of college, in my opinion. So it's, I learned stuff from YouTube, but when it comes to charting and stuff, I really didn't learn anything from YouTube. From the charting perspective, I didn't. A few things maybe, but price action, no one really does too much price action stuff. It's all about RSI, MACD, and all this other mumbo jumbo, and it's just like, I don't know. And that's one of the reasons why some people like look at my charting like, oh, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. This guy, where's his RSI lines? Where's his EMAs? Where's his SMAs? Where are they at? And I'm like, you guys, come on. The one I would say is pretty reliable is a 200 SMA. It's a really good indicator. I will say that. It's a good one. Probably should add it. But for day trading, you don't need it. So, just my 2 cents. But I don't learn from YouTube. Did I catch LC drop? No. So I saw it a few times. Trade college is the ultimate. DFV schools. Just notice having good relationships between YouTubers. I don't have too good relationships with YouTubers. They're okay. I did a good stream yesterday with Belmont. That was a really good stream because we have very similar mindsets on the market, and we both speak our opinion. That's good. I agree. Yeah, I mean, I'm guilty of charging for a Discord. I don't mind. You know what I mean? I have the free channels too, so if you want, you can get free. But you can get all the information for free if you really put in the time, like, and but like, I'm not gonna give you or like share my specific trades and stuff with people that I'm not. Why would I mean, that's just like dumb. Like, I'm not gonna spoon feed people. That's just ridiculous. Now, if you want to pay and just get my ask me questions 24/7 and stuff, like, I think $15 is super cheap for that. Most YouTubers are effing annoying. Tyler is one of the few good ones. I try. And you get the eye candy when you're here. Okay, calm down, Uncle Bruce. Da. That's why I like your streams, Tyler. You're one of the best price action. I know what you're talking about. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. But I have no interest in making like a paid course or anything like that. The Keenan Gray. Keenan Grace's videos, I actually watched one last night. I love the bat. That's like my favorite thing that he does. I'm a huge fan of that bat. All right, so let's talk about some stocks. I do want to talk about some stuff before. I feel like we've been talking and going over random stuff the whole time. If you guys have stocks you want to talk about, please let me know. We'll get to it. You and semiconductors. Only semi I like. MX. And they're ripping. I mentioned them in the Discord. I made their own little channel, MX. Mentioned them on the 15th. Had a bit of a dip and then shot back up. So 15th was about right here. About right here. When they started dipping. I loved them. My friend's actually the one that told me about them. Funko. I need to make a video on Funko. They're on a dip. I like them a lot. It's difficult for me to know what market this is though, because it's e-commerce. So about Corsair, I liked Corsair a lot. They're just not getting the move. They're not getting the move that we like. Long term, I like them a lot. I think they're fine long term, but right now they're just not. MX is getting just crazy movement, crazy movement. It's look at the run it's been on. So it's the same pattern. It's literally the same pattern. We come down near the end of the month, pop back up, come down the end of the month, next month starts. It's just the same pattern over and over. You should do more research on SCR. I know they're new, but I think they could be a solid long-term company. They could be a solid long-term company. The problem with newer companies though is you don't really know the. Actually, they're not that new. They're pretty. I have a little time on them. Yeah, I'll look into them. I would suspect this is going to be their local bottom. I would suspect we get a dump to this range here. That's where I would like to get a buy. Say nothing, invest everything. You're right about Disca, Tyler. You called it, dude. I don't even remember what I said on Disca. What'd I say? Oh yeah, what did I say? They were gonna dump? I said I wouldn't touch them because they were just too far up. Wow, I wish I would have put money on them. I'm happy though. That's what I want though. You know what I mean? It's not about me being right. It's not about me, you know, I don't know. It's not about hype or anything like that. It's about like I'm happy. Like this. That's what I try to do. Like when people when I say like a bearish comment, like a bad comment on something, I'm just like, dude, like that's what I want. Like hopefully like you didn't lose money. You may have gotten out or you didn't. Like you know what I mean? Like that's the goal, is just to help you guys as much as possible. Like you know what I mean? Like that's the goal. Like if I could save you money, like, and that's not. I mean, I hate saying me save you money, but like if I have any type of positive effect on your trading, like, then like I'm happy. You know what I mean? Like, so brokerages pay more than banks. Robert Prost. Sorry. GSX. Oof. I don't know, man. I'm not a fan. That's tough. Broke right through the major support too. I don't like it, man. I'm sorry. Crypto backed by real gold. Oh. 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 So I'm happy. I don't like this chart. Crypto is so dangerous, guys. Crypto is so dangerous. If you're going into these like penny, the hype or altcoins, I think that's what they're called. You got to be careful, man. Be very careful. I don't know anything about GSX. I can only really read chart reviews right now, but I'm just saying be careful. This chart doesn't matter, but cryptos come out with lavish claims all the time. UFC tonight, I got O'Malley. Okay, this is the parlay of the night, boys. If you want the parlay of the night, this is the lock. The O'Malley win. I have O'Malley winning, and then I have Nagano winning. And then here is the biggest plot twist of the night. You're gonna hate me. We're throwing in Woodley. So we have a three-way parlay. We have Woodley, O'Malley, Nagano. I like Stipe though. I really like him, but that's my three-way parlay. You're welcome. We'll see what happens. What are the odds on that? One sec. We'll check. We'll check. We're just gonna be here for a sec. I just need to check. Oh, I have March Madness starting soon too. Wow. Why does hockey come with his fighting? That's funny. Okay, here we go. So let's see. What are the odds here? Take Sean, Woodley, Nagano. It's plus 550, boys. That's pretty juicy. I might take that very soon. That's a good one. That is thick. That's thicker than a bowl of oatmeal. Woodley gonna get wrecked? I'm telling you, if he doesn't win this fight, his career's over. He's granted, but his last few opponents have been. His last 3 opponents are all championship contenders. He's fighting kind of like a whack person, Tony. They're giving him a softball right here. I'm telling you, Woodley's sketchy. I agree. You heard it here first. Boys. You heard it here first. Just saying. His career is over. I agree. I had him losing to Covington. I had him losing to Burns. I had him losing to all of those people. Telling you he wins tonight. Telling you this is the 3-way parlay. And if you want to get sketchy, you can get rid of this Nagano one, and you can make it even crazier. You can come down here and do a knockout. Oh, you can't. That sucks. So I would take Nagano to win. I'm just saying. Hey. Oh, sorry. I'm stretching. Man, my back is really tight. Okay, back to stonks. I understand that you're an option trader. Do you scalp or swing trade at all in addition to options? Yeah, I mean, that's what we do. You know what I mean? It's when you're trading options, that's what you do. But are you saying do I do it with stock? No, I don't. If I'm buying stock, it's to hold. That's my mentality there. If I'm buying stock, I want to hold the stock because I like the stock. And that's my mentality, and I keep saying that when it comes to AMC, and I don't get why people don't understand that. So when I'm making videos, I'm like, okay, we have some downside. It's not about this. It's not about people that have stock. You know what I mean? That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is the short-term trade. So if you like the stock, if you're in AMC long-term, if you feel strength in the stock and you really believe in what's going to happen, like, you know, you're an ape or whatever, then you don't care in the short term. But I trade options, and I know most people that follow me like options, okay? I know if you're in the live stream, you like options. There's a high percent chance you're interested in options. So the mentality that's coming behind that isn't what people think, you know? So if you really like AMC, like a great example is I love BFT. I love the PaySafe stock coming out. I believe in it. I think it's going to be a $50, $40 stock very soon, maybe end of the year. Honestly, I believe it. But do I think when it dumps, do I get concerned? Even though it looks bearish, even though we had a lot of downside and was bearish, was I saying, okay, guys, I'm going to get out? No. I kept buying. I kept holding my positions. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care if it drops. I see the value. So if you're coming at AMC and you really believe in the stock, okay, because in none of my videos I've said, okay, AMC is a worthless stock and it's going to go down and there's no squeeze happening. I've never said that on, I don't think one of them, okay? No, I've said it's not based on value and book value, it's not a $20 stock. And if someone's saying that to you, they're lying to you and they're manipulating because they have incentive for you to keep watching their videos, okay? And the fact of the matter is people that are in AMC, they want to hear stuff that makes them feel good. And I'm not here to make people feel good. I'm here to share my honest feedback of any stock that I am looking at or I enjoy talking about, right? So I'm going to give you my honest opinion. So, but I've never said that, you know, it's not going to happen, that we're just going straight to the ground. I haven't said that. Now, I said if we come below this area, it looks really bad. I said that in the video from 3 days ago, right? But I said, it's funny because if you watch the video, I said if we bounce here, we're still fine. If we hold above 9.4, we're still fine. If we hold above 11.5, that's very strong. That's a very strong close. Like, I had all these opportunities and things said there. So that's worth mentioning. So if you're trading stock, I don't see the point in trading stock for day trading unless you have $70-something thousand. But even then, people act like there's no, like, oh, well, it's less risky than options. Well, not really, unless you're trading penny stocks, and then it's like that's way more risky than trading options, and to a large degree. Happy Saturday, tool worker, you tool. So, I don't understand the day trading stock mentality of buying a whole. I don't understand that personally. It's just not my thing. I don't get it. I think that the risk, if we look at risk reward ratio, options versus trading penny stocks for scalps, I don't think it's even a competition on which one is less risky. You know what I mean? What stock am I bullish on? Let's go over my top 3 stocks. BFT, my favorite long-term stock. You're going to hear me repeat it over and over. It's going to become PSFE next week. Love it. MP Materials. Right now, this is the biggest value buy of 2021, possibly. Quite possibly the biggest value buy that there is. Now, there's a lot that could come in third, but PLTR comes in third place for me. I think this is a great value buy as well. There's a little bit more downside most likely, but I think this thing's going to skyrocket to $50 by the end of the year. Possibly. I appreciate this channel because more than you can imagine. Thanks for your input, information, your education. None of us can't get anywhere else. Everyone wants to entertain. I try to entertain to do it. It's hard. When I try to entertain, I do get more views though. But and everyone likes my Uncle Bruce rants. AMC, MX is nice. MX is really nice, but there's no. If I put it like on my top scale of top stocks, like it's a lot more risky than the other ones I mentioned. So, but semiconductors, it's performing amazing. Gilbert Burns is trading Luge, and the kid is 29. First big top 5 fight. He is a black belt at World Champion Jiu-Jitsu. Woodley stand-ups. I agree. Hey, that's why I'm telling you though, James. I'm telling you. BNGO got in low deep. I'm riding this thing to the tippity top. Did you go over Umble yet? No, I'm gonna make a video on them today. It should be dropping tonight. BNGO I sold at 15, which was amazing. I got out very luckily, and then the market just took a dump. So they keep having good earnings though, which is the EPS was down, revenue was up, and they're having a lot of deals and stuff. So I see them moving back up to $9-10 pretty soon. Long term, it's hard. Therapeutics are hard, but BNG is one of the ones I do like. I want to believe in Umble. I'll talk about it. I think there's a lot of potential there. There's a lot of potential. What I don't like is the crypto work. When people start working with crypto, it gets sketchy for me. So that's my mentality when it comes to Umble. Yeah, I like $10. I really do. On BNGO. So I think it could have break above. 100% could break above. I'm just saying, like, short term, I see that happening. Any thoughts on Hims? Man, okay, so my friend loves Hims. He has a ton of their stock, tons. I'll take the earnings report really quick before I say anything. Let's look. Hims. Wait. Wow. That's phenomenal. Those are phenomenal earnings. They beat revenue by like 30%. That's over 30%. That's insane. 33. That's wild. Yeah, strong. Wow. He told me about him, but I texted him back and he just never responded. He's probably busy at work. $48 million to $50 million. EBITDA, non-provided $11 million. First full year, we expect revenue. Wow. Not important. Yeah, this is really strong. That's so cheap. Wow. I love it. I love it. Yeah. This will rock it. I think it will go back to near $20 in a hurry. To be honest, I believe so. I'm a big fan here. I think you can go to 20. That's realistic. I'll probably make a video on him. JD. Do I still like JD? I still do. So you're seeing... Okay, we'll go to Cheddar Float really quick. Those earnings were insane. Okay. So let's talk. A lot of these are short term. Let's go to the 15th. End of the month is when they really started kicking in. When did these start kicking in? What the hell? Oh, it's all this week. A lot of these kicked in this week. Okay. So last week, this is what we saw. Okay, yeah. So last week, we saw this $6 million option order come in. Very strong. Another 1.5. Those are big ones. So a lot of money is coming in on about longer dated calls on JD. So JD still looks very strong in my opinion. Still looks very strong. And then we saw something on Pinduoduo to end the week. Sorry. I'm all over the place right now. Pinduoduo. It had a $17.5 million option call coming in for July. That's insane. That's very short term for that large of an option call. That's bizarre. So Pinduoduo and JD, I believe they move pretty similar. They're both Chinese stocks. Online. One's e-commerce, I believe. Pinduoduo is e-commerce, I believe. So JD and Pinduoduo. I think Pinduoduo is gonna rip. I think Pinduoduo has room to go back to 180 in a hurry, very quick. Possibly double top at 165, 168 range. But I'd be looking for Pinduoduo to get that run. JD, massive earnings, guys. Some of the best earnings they've ever had. They've done this before, though. They've done this before where they dip pre-earning, after earnings. So I'm not too concerned. Which is the one I was talking about. My friend traded them here one time. They had massive great earnings and they just ripped. So they have this trend. I'm telling you, I would watch out for it. If the Nasdaq starts bouncing, JD will soar. It will soar. It will have a massive run to about the $90 to $92 range in a hurry too. Ever get an option out of the money just before close on Friday, then after hours it turned to green, but Brooker won't. You can't sell it on the after hours. You can't ever sell something on the after hours. Oh, you can't sell options on after hours. Yeah, any tech, if you're looking at tech on options, you want to have a little bit longer dated positions. I have some short-term pitons, but you're not interested in holding long-term. I mean short-term, like for these. Like if you have like, say you have like a 2-week out, you want for April 1st on JD, I'm looking to get out of those within a day and a half, tops, right? Because things could get ugly. So you can't be afraid of taking a loss. How do I turn paper hands into diamond hands? The last 3K Wednesday. Oof. I only have bets and DraftKings stock. What is bets? I haven't even heard of bets. It's definitely, it only goes up. I'll tell you that. It's wild. Been killing. What side do I bet on? Bovada. I'll give you my linky link. I took some money out last night. I'm probably gonna deposit more and get a bonus. Here, I'll post it in the chat so you all have it. I think you get like a, what is the bonus? I think it's like you get like a 50% bonus whenever you deposit. So yeah, and I use Bitcoin because you get more and it's super quick to transfer. I only put in my credit card online for certain stuff. Are you aware of any internet news outlets that average investors can get in on stocks, penny stocks, before they run up? Yeah, there's some decent ones. I have a few. I think TipRanks is a decent one. This is a decent website. Simply Wall Street. Simplywall.st. Solid website as well. I really love the UI. So like, we'll look at Fubo. I don't know if they do pennies though. If you're gonna find pennies, I mean, you're gonna spend a lot of time looking at you're gonna spend a lot of time looking at forums to find them. It's a great way to find them. This is a really cool website for kind of anything. This is actually a really cool website if you don't know. Simplywall.st. But sometimes they just don't have a lot of information on these. Look at Fubo though. But it kind of gives you, it's actually it's really decent. I actually really like this website. I could use it more. They give lots of information. Hope that makes sense. I'm probably about to have to hop off though. I need to get a video done before I go do anything. Cause I'm gonna go watch. I want to watch basketball today. Pretty bad. I mean, you have to take some with a grain of salt. Like right here, they say it's worth 23.5. I don't agree. I don't agree. You know what I mean? So, but it does really good stuff. I like it. I'll probably start implementing this more into the videos. I think you guys like this. What's my thoughts on Goldman selling 10.5 billion stock edition Friday? End of a quarter. I wouldn't really be too concerned about some of that stuff. It's the end. The quarter's ending, you know? They're probably just rearranging their money, moving it around. I wouldn't panic. Oh, it's an ETF. I didn't even realize Bets was I'm a ding dong. My bad. Is it just an ETF? No, it's not. Wait, what? Is this ETF? Is it sports gambling stuff? Like a pin, all of them? Alright guys, I'm gonna hop off. I gotta make this video. I'm trying to make an Humble video. I'll get that done hopefully the next hour or two, post it by 4. And then I don't know what other video I could post today. I could do I just don't feel like doing an AMC video today. But it gets me the views. So I might make an AMC video. Let's see AMCs. Let's see what they say. Value, nothing. Revenues are projected to grow. Fair value 14 cents. That's funny. I'll be back. I'll make a video. I can do a video of Funko, maybe I'll do Funko. I don't care about Buzz. I don't care about it. I really don't. It's interesting. It's cool. It's interesting. But yeah. I'll be back. Maybe tonight. I probably won't be on tonight. I won't be on tonight. Have a good one, boys. If you have any questions, though, make sure you just ask in the Discord. Patreon links down below. If you sub, cool. If not, have a good one. Namaste.